big things. First, we're going to talk about embracing this idea that alone we are very, very small, but together we are giants. Man, what a cheat code you folks have unlocked in this room. Look around the room. You are sitting next to current and certainly long-time future giants in this community. Look at the things we're doing alone. Can you imagine when we connect together and put those efforts, how much we can multiply? Right, come on, let's talk about this idea of luck. So by show of hands, how many of you in here are lucky? You describe yourself as a lucky person. I'm not gonna make you prove it. 1, 2, that is very, 3, 4, that's it? All right, so how many of you are?
For the United States, I'm lucky.
I like that. Yeah, man, yeah. You're married?
I'm married. I'm
You're
lucky.
really lucky. You're lucky. Or, I think it was like 3 or 4 days. And so on day 3, we had a speaker who was flying in from Boston. And whatever reason, weather, sickness, whatever reason, we find out like 2 hours before stage time, she ain't gonna be there. Everybody is in a dead panic. Right, we've got 250 kids coming to this big auditorium. It's the final night of this big summit. People from all over the state are here. Everyone's like, what in the world are we going to do? Oh, to be young and confident, right? So I was pretty involved on campus. Like my senior year, I was our school's homecoming king, and I was president of my fraternity. And this big old school, like 50,000 kids. So I walked right up to the president of our university, just kind of swaggered over. I said, I got it. And he said, you got what? I said, I got it. What do you need, like 45 minutes, an hour? I was like, I got it. They had no choice, and they're like, dude, whatever, right? Give me the money. So I scramble out in the hallway, I jot down some notes on a napkin from like a fraternity leadership retreat that I had gone to like a couple months ago, and I've got my leadership outline. I can do this, I'm ready to go. Get the mic, kind of shaking. I'm sure I was everywhere. I was just like pacing back and forth, but got through it. And at the end of the conference, everyone had to write down their favorite lesson or their favorite thing from like the 3 or 4 days. And like all but 2 of the participants said it was that keynote and that talk. I said, wow. I never even knew that was a job. I didn't know that was a thing. And then I found out when we were paying that lady from Boston, and I asked for free tuition, and they said no. They covered a lot of it. I said, holy cow, that's amazing, right? And so that day changed my life. And I went back there. I was a semester and a half away from graduating with my degree in corporate finance. I said, I don't want to be behind a desk. I want to be on stage. I'm going to save the world. I'm going to talk to kids. And so I changed my major to psychology. No reason to do that. I could have just had a finance degree and still talked, but I didn't know. I changed my major, parents are very angry, and on we go, and ta-da, right? The definition of a big break. That's not really true, is it? Big breaks and luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and the secret ingredient is a little bit of guts. Right? There are opportunities around you all the time. They're everywhere. But what most of us do, not quite ready for that one yet. So just gotta wait. Once I do blank, then I can do blank, and we just kind of wait. But when opportunity and preparation collides, a little bit of guts can change your life. Now, the reason I was prepared for that opportunity, it wasn't like I was just sitting at home playing Xbox, waiting for my magic moment. I was in that arena because I volunteered to be a part of that organization. Just like you. You're in this room now. Tons of your peers aren't here. They'd never be here. You're lapping the field, right? You showed up. I had something to write about because I went to Ohio for a 3-day leadership conference. I went to that leadership conference because I was a member of one of the largest organizations on campus and moved up to be a leader and be a president of that organization. And all of those things lined up. So when the lucky break came, I was ready to go. Right? Luck is not a real thing. It is when preparation meets opportunity, and hopefully there's just a little bit of guts. So I'm going to challenge you. I want you to write down one thing that's popped in your head at any point in your life. Maybe you hear it often. Maybe you've only heard it once or twice. Write it down. All right. Shanda's exempt for filming. Said, I will marry better, too late. All right, so I want you to take that, and if you would, take whatever you wrote down. I want you just to take that and crumple it up in a ball, tight ball. Sorry, your programs are ruined. We'll get you a new one. I want you to take that ball, and I just want you to chuck it at me. Throw it, fire away. Throw it. Come on. Wow, I know you got a decent arm. Nice toss. Thank you, Mr. Bear. All right. I won't reach yours. All right, there we go. Chuck them up here. Come on. Get them far away from you. You can hit me with them, but just don't keep them. Ooh, nice toss, man. Touchdown. Spike, touchdown. Oh, you almost hit the bear right there. That's kind of aggressive. All right. Man, I am not smart enough to run a business. Whew. Anyone ever had that here before? Man, I will tell you that the road to mediocrity is littered with these pieces of paper. Right? Because we don't get rid of them. We carry them around, they're so heavy. We have all these things we want to do, and we just never do it. Because it's so scary. What's the worst that happens, right? Take a shot. A lot of times, it's just these conversations in our head. We just need to reframe the language. So I was sprinting to be here on time today because I am now the official coach of Milford 4th and 5th grade girls basketball. So if you want some autographs afterwards, I can do that. We're good. I got 22 girls and 4 of them dribble. 5, but that was an accident. Not good. But also coach our select girls basketball team. And I know a lot of you guys are on the other side of town. Wallacey, at least from my experience, hasn't always been on the plus side of the sports things. But my girls were doing great last year. They went out and they beat like Elkhart and Concord and Penn and Warsaw and a couple other. Mosby, it was close. But a couple other ones. And so we're playing a game. I think we're over at like Northwood, and we're up 6 with like 4 minutes to go. And I got my girls in a huddle. We're all just kind of talking, and they're not paying attention because they're looking over on the far court at the other game that's going on. And this team is it's like 40-something to 2, right? And my girls aren't paying any attention, and they finally one of them's like, "Hey, coach, is that who we have to play next?" And another girl goes, "Is it those girls? Is that who we have to play next?" And I said, "No." And they said, well, wait, that's the only team left in the gym. That's who we play next, isn't it? And I was like, oh yeah, we play them next. But we don't have to play them. They got to play you. Right? And I was like, and they're good. But man, I think you're pretty good too. Let's go find out. Right? We have these thoughts in our head. They're not bad. Just flip them. Right? We don't got to play them. They got to play us. Right? It's not that I'm not smart enough. It is, what can I do to acquire the knowledge to get to where I want to go? Right? And just flipping these conversations on their head makes all the difference. There are plenty of people out there that are going to try to get in your way. Don't be one of them. I am very uninterested in most lines on your resume. If it's a skill, I can teach that. And if I can't, shame on me. What I want is winners. I want optimists. I want possibility thinkers. I want people who see or hear the thought of, I can't do this because of blank, and instead flip it and say, I'm going to get this so I can accomplish this thing. And if we just get in the habit of flipping that script around, I promise you that life of significance, not just success. Success is an easy byproduct of significance. That life of significance becomes so much more readily available. So as I get out of your hair today, thank you guys for letting me come talk to you. So I'm just going to challenge you. When you leave here tonight, stand on the shoulder of some giants. Right? Connect with people in your community. Put a better soundtrack in your head. And everywhere you go, be aware that you're creating those opportunities, and that luck is everywhere. All you have to do is just grab it. I promise if you do that, you will have a life of significance. Your life will never be the same. I have a funny feeling this community is going to be a whole lot better too. Now, you guys